How's it guys, and welcome to another episode of ZLF Fishing. If you're returning here to watch this video, thank you for subscribing and thank you for watching my videos. If you are new here, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel not to miss out on future videos. Today we're talking about how you can improve on your casting distance as well as increasing your hookup ratio by using Dingle-dangles. Let's get into it. End of the video, there will be a bait that I made for a big black ray. I'm using a big shad head. That will just give you an idea how to present your bait and how to actually use the dangle and how does it benefit you in your casting. In the future there will be more videos of me doing some bait presentation and tackle talk and traces and things like that. So yeah, be on the lookout for those. And then just some background on the Dingle-dangle is that when we started using circle hooks, we had difficulties to clip our bait onto our sinkers, and by that I mean like we fished back in the old days, fishing with the J-hook and clipping your bait like this. This didn't work with a circle hook because your sinker is actually sitting right where your bait needs to sit. So when you're using a circle hook, you want your bait to be underneath your hook, and you want, when a fish takes your bait, we want him to take the whole bait as well as the hook, and when he swims away the hook pulls right into the corner of his mouth. So to overcome this, we came up with the first dangles that was made of a piece of wire and was quite hard. And the problem that you had with this is that your smaller fish, and especially with edibles, that it will get stuck in the corner of the mouth, and you can't have the circle hook won't do the work like it should. So when you buy in the shops Dingle-dangles, you get them either in small, medium or big dangles, and the foam on them are usually big and bulky. So we've come up with a couple of different dangles what we use. So the reason why we changed over to our homemade dangles is that it's nice and soft and it bends. There's no benefit in having a hard dangle in a soft bait. It defines the whole purpose of a soft bait. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how to make these and the different types of dangles that I use and how I use them. How does a Dingle-dangle work and why do you use it? A Dingle-dangle goes onto your hook like that. You build your bait around the dangle itself. In this section here, you'll build it nice and firm in a bullet shape, so that is nice and aerodynamic. Like I mentioned earlier, you want your bait to be underneath your hook so that the fish can swallow it and you can have a nice hook set in the corner of the mouth. Why we're using this is that you build your bait underneath your hook, and you need to taper it so that it will be nice aerodynamic and so that you can travel in the slipstream of your sinker. You will clip your bait onto your sinker. The sinker has a little clip right there where you hook your Dingle-dangle in. So once you bait it up and you hooked it in, it will travel in the air in line with your sinker and in the actual slipstream of your sinker, creating less drag, allowing you to have a better cast and get more distance on your throw. As soon as it hits the water, it will unclip. I make my own dangles because I want to be in total control of the length of my dangle as well as the amount of foam I have on my dangle. Some of my float dangles will have just a tiny bit of foam, some will have no foam, and some will have big bulky pieces of float like this, so that you can have a lot of buoyancy for your fish feeding from not on the bottom, but feeding a bit more towards the surface. So let's get right into making the dingle-dangles. What you'll need is your 80-pound carbon coated wire. You can either make a little clip like this with a piece of wire, or you can just use an oval split ring like that. The oval split ring is the easiest way to use and easiest way to make them. You just take your 80-pound carbon coated wire. You can use Dacron as well, but when you're fishing sharks, rather use 80-pound carbon coated wire. Otherwise you can have the shark will bite you off right close to your hook. I'm going to show you one with Dacron as well, but that I use for edibles, and I use those for especially for cob. So what you do is you take either your clip that you made yourself, like this one. I'm going to show you guys. Either take the clip or your oval split ring. You can tie it. You can just tie it on. I just use a figure 8 that I just turn twice. You don't need to make a hell of a serious knot here. When you make this knot, be sure not to take it at the split ring and pull it. You're gonna twist your whole dangle. So just go through with your hands and you pull it tight right here, and then you move it down all the way to the split ring. What I like to do is just to finish it off, I just keep this tight and I wrap the tag in a couple of times around the wire itself. It's just to finish off. There's another function for that piece as well. I'll show you guys just now why I actually do that as well. Then, like I said, I like to be in control of my dangle. So you know the different types of bait and the different sizes of bait that you'll use. I'm just going to make a medium type one for chocker bait, for hammerhead or something like that. All that you then do is almost like a granny knot, just through once, twice, and then move it to the distance that you prefer your dangle to be. If that's about your distance, just pull it tight, a little bit one end and the other end, till you get something like that. Now that you do is just snip off your tag in again, or snip off your wire. You have your length of your dangle now. Now go do the same thing that you did at the bottom. You just go around, and I'll show you now why I do that as well. There's the same function as it has at the bottom, it has on the top as well. Just go around and you just snip it off. Okay, now like I said, you have total control of your length of your dangle as well as the size of the foam that you have on. You can either use your normal high density soft foam if you want to do a small piece and you don't want to have any float. You just want your bait to have a bit of hold onto your dangle. You can just use a normal soft high density foam. What I like to use when I want a lot of buoyancy, I use a piece of surfboard foam. What I like about a surfboard foam is it's a lot of density. There's a lot of buoyancy in it, and you can shape it like you want to, and it's quite easy. I'm just going to do this one half because I have one already made. But you just take a knife and you can shape it into whatever shape you want to, how big you want it and how small. You just continue doing that till you get your piece of foam like that. Now you want your bait to take the form of your float, because that's more aerodynamic and it's going to travel a lot further. All that I do then is I split it in half, not right through, in the half till about halfway, just to open it. And then what I do is I take my dangle and I insert into that incision that I made. So you can see that that tag end that I wrapped around the dangle. What I do then is I use that to secure my dangle around it. You just take your latex cotton and you just tie it on nice and firm. I'm just gonna do it roughly. Obviously when I go fishing I do it a bit with more effort and a bit more neat, but this is just to show you guys how I do it. Okay, so I told you at the bottom it has the same function as on top. When you're using your normal dense high density foam and you want your bait to just to use it as a for your bait to grab on, and you're gonna tie it thin, you can tie it all the way down right to there and just finish it off, and your cotton actually cuts into that sections that you wrapped around, and it's just like it to finish it off. Just to show you guys how it works is that when your foam is down you just go into that and then it's off, just like that. So this is your dangle, and this I'll use for when I want a lot of float, and when I want to use a head or something, I'll go just, and especially want to pull it through with my bait needle, I just use it plain. Otherwise the other dangle that I use is that what I use with a piece of Dacron. But just to show you guys again how this works is you goes through there. It's no need to put any heat shrink there, because when you cast, all the pressure actually pulls that. You'll see now all the pressure from the cast pulls that closer to your hook, and now it sits firmly, but still it sits loose on your hook, so that if the fish take it out, the jaw will actually push it back. You don't want your dingle-dangle to be too tight here, because if it doesn't move, if it's too tight, if it can't penetrate the jaw of the fish, because it's too tight around the hook. So you want it to be loose and to move on the shank of your hook, so that when the fish takes it and it goes in, is for that to happen and it's in, and you'll see that the dangle moved. That's what you want. Okay, so that's the one dangle. Then the second dangle is the one that I predominantly use for edibles and especially for cob. So all that you need is your little clip, once again, or your split ring. You will need a lighter and some scissors. This is just easy, guys, to make. Really, you just burn your tip so it doesn't fray. Once again, just tie it with a figure 8. Pull it down. I usually use my fingers to tighten it, and it sits nice and firmly. Cut it off. Just give it another burn. And then what I actually do, you'll see that I'll push it up against the Dacron itself, and so it just sits there, it doesn't fray out and doesn't untangle. Then again, the length of you need to determine the length of your dangle, because you need to determine how big your bait will be. Just a normal granny knot in the dangle, in the Dacron. Just tighten it up. leave about a 5mm tag end. Once again, burn it just to secure it, and then just put the flame out. So this will be my hook, and that's my little dangle that I made. And all that I do is I put my hook through the dacron like that. Once again, it's free to move, and you can cast that and it won't tear out and it won't slip. Perfect little dangle. If you put a nice soft bait in, it bends. It just works wonders for me. Then just to put a small piece of foam on, I like to use the normal high density foam on this dangle, just because it's like a soft, and I don't want it to float too much. I just want to add a bit of movement to my bait, that's all. Just snip it into the shape that I prefer. Then once again I'll just open it, slightly open it, like an incision into it for my dangle to go in. Then you just put it around. If you see it's a bit too long, just snip that off. Now remember, when you tie this on, that the more firm you're going to tie it onto your dangle, the less buoyancy it's going to have. So this can determine how much float you want, or how many buoyancy you want in your bait. So I just like to go like a medium type of medium around it. Just go all the way up, and then again all the way down. So guys, that's your dangles. I hope you found this helpful, and guys, be sure to use it, experiment, try different things, and use it, don't use it, incorporate with your own style, and yeah, just enjoy experimenting. I hope you found this video helpful. Go out, experiment, try it, give it a bash, and yeah, please like and subscribe to my channel. If there's any other videos that you guys like to see, just comment down below, and I'll make a plan to make those videos for you. Like I promised, check out the footage on the bait that I made. Cheerio.